So this is Siebel 2405. In this corner of the room, you have a ton of little tools to help you present with. This tool here, when it's on, is a console that allows you to interact with these tools over here. So the way it works is you have this bin right here, and these little tools on the top that allow you to write on this little board. Anything you write shows up on the projector over there that comes down. And this guy over here has a touchpad interface, allows you to interact with all the other little toys. And over here, you have a scanner. Any paper you slide under here gets projected onto the projector. And over here is the cables that make it all happen. VGA cable, audio cable, all that we'll talk about later. And down here in the cabinet, you have other tools like a microphone. Microphone's kind of interesting because some people, when they use it, they don't realize that it's a vibration microphone. You're supposed to hook it up to your shirt, not talk directly into it, so they sound like they're beatboxing instead of actually being projected. Aside from that, when you're using this space, the difficult part about it is you have all these toys, and you have this audience that you're trying to interact with, but at the most part, you end up just talking to the technology that you use to display the information and not the actual audience. So one of the big challenges is how do you look at all this hardware and still maintain presence with your audience. Another interesting thing to note about these tables inside of 2405 is that they all have outlets, every single one. So you can imagine that whenever you're presenting up there at the presenter's box, you're talking to a room that's full of people on their laptops, looking at their computer screens, and at the same time looking at the screen that comes down from there. And not only are you trying to interact with your hardware and still maintain presence with the audience, but you have to maintain a presence that's more important than what they're doing on their computers, which is not always very easy. Additionally, you have some temptations over here, 2 whiteboards. Now these whiteboards, they're nice, traditional since we like writing on chalkboards to get our point across, but you write something on that whiteboard there, and someone sitting all the way back there can't read it. So essentially they're completely worthless. They don't even have markers on them. I don't know why they're there. I guess it's an aesthetic thing that can be kind of confusing. But yeah. So here we have another room in Siebel Center. Just give you a nice scan view of it. These rooms also are available for small projects to reserve ahead of time and form groups here. You can hook up to the projector over here. This one's a little bit nicer than 2405 for the fact that that whiteboard over there is actually useful because if I write on it, someone sitting on that side of the table can actually read it. Additionally, we have lots of whiteboards. And markers. Some of them work, not all of them. I don't know where the eraser is. Oh, it's over there. But yeah. And the part of the room that's most gorgeous is over here, this amazing view of the campus engineering quad behind Siebel. So these rooms are amazing. If you have small group projects, it's a great way to show information, beautiful view. Coming to a room like this at 8 a.m. to do studying is amazing because the sun is rising. And yeah, but let's take a closer look at some of these things. First of all, space is kind of neat because you have a coat hanger, very fancy. You have a ton of light switches. I'm not really sure what the point of all that is, but if you want to set the mood, that's available to you. And over here, this kind of defines the space a bit. If for whatever reason you want access to the things like the mic and other little toys and gadgets inside the cabinets, you can actually reserve swipe access. Or if you want the more basic functionality, you can just go for this console over here with its mess of cables already set up and some little extra cables, like a VGA, audio, Ethernet, all that good stuff. There's actually multiple displays. Right now it's set to computer, so if I hook my computer up to this VGA cable right here, it will display my computer image on the projector using that projector up there. And there's other things. Auto image, display mute, so you can turn the screen off all the little projector toys that were in Siebel 2405 are also available here. Also, this is a secret, but as you can see, video, audio, those are the same jacks that are used for consoles. So yes, it is possible to reserve one of these rooms and hook up a GameCube or whatever system, Xbox that you like, and have it displayed through there. It's a secret though, don't tell anyone. And you have your power jack. There's outlets under the table as well. And yeah, so rooms like this really define, I guess what I like to say is the studying space of Siebel. But it's really interesting because not many engineers know they can reserve these rooms. Yeah, the graduate students know because they get swipe access. Undergrads have to reserve the room, but it's very easy to do so. You just go to the front office and say, I'm a CS major, I need one of these rooms for a class, and there you have it. And you get one of these amazing, beautiful rooms to do work in with large groups. You could seat a ton of people in a room like this, and whiteboards, projector. It's one of the spirits of Siebel Center that I think it's lost on a lot of people just because they aren't really aware of the access, which in itself is kind of interesting. So something that's also a bit of a secret, you would see that this room is rather quite clean. No mess, no crumbs on the floor. Very nice. But that's come at the result of saying that no one is allowed to bring food into this room. However, if you just turn your eye, you see some evidence of people breaking this rule. Also kind of interesting that people do eat here often. However, despite that, the room stays relatively clean, except for maybe a peanutty mess over here that kind of takes from the value of the room, but the table is so big you can practically sleep on it. So, not really a big deal.